What's up guys, Magic Knifes here, and in today's video I'm bringing to you a super exciting airsoft review on a long anticipated gun that I've been wanting to add ever since I heard of the announcement of it. And here it is, the Tokyo Marui Saiga 12 or Saiga 12K gas blowback semi-automatic tri-shot shotgun. Holy crap, this is without a doubt the coolest gun in my collection now. It's my favorite one now. I can't wait to field this, and well, first I gotta deck it out the way I would like, but still gotta wait for the stuff to come in the mail and test it out. But I've shot this quite a bit at the airsoft range lately, and it's the most fun I've had in a long time. So let's get into some of the features. Now, I'm not going to talk about the accessories here because, again, I got to wait until I can get everything, and then I'll do another video on my setup in the near future. But starting off, given it's Tokyo Marui, there's a lot of aluminum parts and plastic, but everything that needs to be metal is metal, everything that needs to be plastic is plastic. So right out of the box, you're looking at around a little bit over 6 pounds, which is pretty light actually. Like, you'll be surprised how light this is when you first get it, but of course once you start adding attachments to this, then this thing will be closer to like 7 or 8 pounds depending on what you add. So when I finish this, it's probably going to be closer to around 8 pounds more or less. So yeah, I got the stock here, which is polymer. It can fold in just with the side button on the left side. You can fold that, but of course I can't do that because I have the side mounts attached here. It does have a sling attachment point here as well. You have your second one right here, so you can decide if you want to run 1-point or 2-point sling with this. Very nice pistol grip here. Very thin, thinner than what you would normally experience with AEG, given the motor that would be inside of an AEG pistol grip. So that might feel a little bit off to you, but you get used to it. Just like with any AK, you got your safety on the right side only, safe, flip it all the way down, semi-auto only. But there is a secret little feature that if you push it up a little bit and pull the trigger, it will fire in full auto. In fact, you can modify this so that you can switch the safety lever out for a full auto function right in the middle section, and then you would just have to add that little notch yourself, so you can get this in semi and full auto. But I'm going to keep it the way it is because I'm not going to be able to use full auto for this anyways, and with gas guns, there's always that cooldown issue. So, I mean, unless you're running HP with this, then, or really good gas, I just wouldn't bother with that. I'm happy with the way it is. You have a 15 round magazine. Now, granted, this holds 45 BBs, but given its tri-shot, you're shooting 3 BBs at a time, so therefore you're only getting 15 shots before you have to reload. What's cool about this magazine is a couple things. It does have a follower, so every BB will feed. Has a dry fire mode at the top here. There's a little switch here. You just pull it back and you can dry fire this for fun. And in addition, you can pull the top off here. When you pull you press this button down here, you just lift this up, and you can actually see there's a temperature gauge. It is actually a temperature sticker that when you have the red square appear below the number, it basically just tells you what the temperature of the magazine is. So if you want to, you can warm the magazine up a little bit just before you shoot, and optimally you'll want it between 20 and 25 degrees just for optimal performance. But given you're only shooting 15 times before you go empty, and even if you're around 15 degrees, you're still going to be fine. You're not going to have issues of not going through the magazine and such. So yeah, you don't have to worry too much about that. Now, I did modify this magazine just by adding a O-ring to the fill valve here, just because with Tokyo Marui mags, I just prefer having a silent fill and not to waste any gas when I am filling it. So that's just me, but it is a two-way valve, just like with all Tokyo Marui magazines, so bear that in mind. But yeah, overall, really great. But because of the unique metal piece here at the back, as opposed to the Marui Saiga M1100, which will dry fire after you shoot the last set of BBs. When you fire the, if you try to pull the trigger again after the last shot goes, then you just get a click. So it's a nice feature for sure, but like with any AKs in real life, there's no way to really tell when you are empty unless you pull the trigger again. All you get is a click. So that is something to bear in mind. But out of the box, when you're shooting this, I'm using green. When I'm using green gas. So with 0.2 gram BBs, I'm getting between 300 to 320 feet per second. Granted, it's in the middle of winter right now in Canada, so it's not the most optimal time to be using these. I mean, if you're not taking any precautions or something. So, but it's still performing really well for what it is. Obviously, this will probably perform better once summer comes around, but that is something to bear in mind. So, but FPS is not really what you're looking for, honestly, and you're definitely not going to want to be using 0.2 gram BBs with this. Through my experimentation with this, 0.30 grams is what you want to go for. You'll get a nice flat trajectory. Anything lighter than 0.30, BBs are just gonna skyrocket. So 0.30 grams gives you a nice flat trajectory, and even though you're not really looking for range, with 0.30s you can actually get some pretty good range, like anywhere from like 30 to 40 yards with 3 BBs. Like you're competing with rifles at this point, which is pretty cool. So yeah, 0.30 grams and is what you want to aim for, given this is a fixed hop-up, you know. So that's the only downside with this, but hey, it's a unique gun in itself. Now, moving forward, you have some iron sights here. You have a front sight bead and a little notch at the back. You can adjust the elevation of the front sight bead if you wish, but there's really no need. You'll be able to shoot with this fine, just the way it comes in the box. So, but ultimately you'll want to probably get some sort of red dot sight for this if you're planning to engage people slightly further out, which, you know, it's practically you're running this like a rifle, you know, but with tri-shot, you know. So yeah, you can. I like the handguard. Honestly, I'm gonna keep it the way it is. You can switch it out just by removing the sling swivel here, and then you can switch it out for like a handguard that has rails and such, you know. But ultimately, I've decided to just take advantage of the barrel length here, because you can switch the barrel out for a shorter barrel, because the inner barrel only goes about here. So you can switch it out for the CQB barrel that's just much shorter. But instead, I take advantage of the barrel length so I can attach Picatinny barrel mounts or clamps. And this is so I can attach cameras, pressure pads, flashlight, and a pack here even. So I'm going to have to wait for those things to come in the mail. But this is an option that if you want to keep the gun as stock as possible, this is my solution. You have your clockwise threaded muzzle adapter here, or flash hider, which you can screw off, and then if it's the right spec, you can screw on whatever muzzle adapter here or muzzle brake, and then, or even better, you can with the Ace Tech shotgun tracers, you can clamp a tracer unit on here, which I'm definitely planning to do that, because the thing is this is the only gun that I'm gonna be willing to use tracers with, and with the technology that Ace Tech is coming out now with, it's just awesome. So I'm definitely gonna run tracers with this. Granted, it is hard to find 0.30 gram tracers, ones that are non-bio especially, so I'm gonna have to look into that. But yeah, this is definitely very tracer worthy for a shotgun, and just the things you can do with it. So let me just demonstrate the function here. I'm going to turn the dry fire mode on. It has some gas in it, and if I just see the recoil of this. Now, granted, it's not the warmest right now where I am, but even then, the recoil is quite good. It feels really nice. Yeah, like, the recoil feels really nice. You just can't go wrong with this. Like, as far as how good it feels to shoot, like, I feel a nice kick and such. Like, it really gives you that nice sense of immersion. Like, I can see why people that run gas blowback rifles, like, I understand like why they love it, and like I've shot them before, but yeah, this one is definitely the best thing if you're looking for a gas blowback shotgun that's semi-automatic. This is amazing. Now, if I show you the trigger, it's very mushy. Like, all AK triggers are pretty mushy. There's about 2 millimeters of play before you start feeling a little resistance, but then the resistance like decreases as you're going through the wall or going through the non-existent wall. So it's about 5 millimeters of travel before you the trigger breaks, and then it's about 5 or 6 millimeters before you the reset. Now, the reset is very crisp, but as you can tell, the reset is quite long. So 5 millimeters of take up before the trigger breaks, and then I'd say a good 6 millimeters, yes, even 6 or 7 almost, before it resets. Yeah, it's a good 6 to 7 millimeters before the reset. But granted, once you get used to the trigger, you can do some really quick follow-up shots with this. Like, this thing destroys, especially with tri-shot. The fact that it's tri-shot, you can just do a whole sweep of a room with this thing. It's amazing. Obviously, because this is basically a gas blowback rifle, right? It's just in a shotgun version. If you need to maintain it or clean it, which you will have to, compared to what you're used to, if you're used to running AEGs like myself, you have your dust cover release button here, so you can take that off and take your bolt and spring out. Do maintain this, clean this as whenever possible. Like, I guess after like 500 rounds or something like that, it's a good idea to clean and maintain this, because I mean, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of aftermarket parts and spare parts available for this one, but you just want to, like, if you want to maintain the optimal performance of this, do try to clean this and maintain this as much as you can, as well as, like, obviously clean out the 3 barrels, whenever you can, because yeah, it's which does add a bit of time for cleaning, because instead of just cleaning 1 barrel, you're cleaning 3 barrels, so that is something to keep in mind as well. I'll show you quickly the bolt stop function. So yeah, I've turned the dry fire mode off. After I shoot the last set of BBs, if I shoot again, it just goes click, which is quite nice. And again, unfortunately, there's no way to really check if you're empty or not, but that's that. Really awesome gun. So if you have questions, let me know down in the comments section below. But I can't wait to deck this out and then eventually field this thing. This is definitely, if I don't feel like running an AEG rifle on a particular day and I want to go shotgun, this is I'm definitely feeling more confident and willing to run with a shotgun setup for some game days. So yeah, I really can't wait to experiment with this more, deck this out more, and get some gameplay and montages out with this gun. So yeah, leave your questions down below. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and hope to see you guys in my future videos. And until next time, peace out, guys.